Hey there everybody, Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
This video is about Dancing with the Stars season 29, or our hopes for season 29. We'll just talk a little bit about what we'd like to see, any possible changes to the rules, when you could potentially see it, and also maybe a couple people we'd like to see on the show. We are a few minutes removed from discussing the season 28 finale. Don't worry, I have been sedated after my meltdown that I had at the very end of it.
We'll link that meltdown below, so if you want to see Matt melting down,
it's all okay now. I'm
that's
okay.
here on YouTube for you to see.
Oh boy. Alright, well, if you like this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other updates we have coming your way. Let's just start with this, though. There actually isn't a season 29 renewal yet. Like, it's not officially coming back.
Not officially, but the ratings were pretty steady this season, so I don't see why they wouldn't bring it back.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely they were going to bring it back. I mean, it's doing well enough. It's an institution. It's on every year. It does bring in new viewers every time because you always get new stars and then new people who want to check it out because of them. Maybe you're able to convince some of them to stick around and watch. I guess that's probably the hope from one season to the next.
Yep. 28 seasons. I would be really surprised if it wasn't coming back.
Yeah, I think we'll make it to 30. I don't know if at season 30 they'll be like, you know what, let's just wash our hands with this and move forward, but I think we'll get there if nothing else. They'll probably announce a renewal maybe in January at the winter TCAs. If not then, maybe a little bit later on in the spring.
That being said, I feel like maybe there could be a couple changes going into the next season.
All right, well, what would you like to change?
The voting. I would like to see the judges' votes either mean more, because I felt that there were a lot of people getting very high scores. We saw Allie get perfect score in the bottom, perfect score in the bottom. It was very frustrating because I understand that it's supposed to be a mix of the judges' scores as well as the voting public, but then if you're going to get a perfect score and you're going to be in the bottom week after week, then what is the purpose of the judges' scores? I want them to matter, or, and this is my hot take, I want them to matter or they don't need to be there. Because it feels to me that either this is going to be a dance competition and the judges' scores have to carry weight, or this needs to be a little bit different where the judges will give commentary and give advice and help the dances get better, but won't give scores. It'll be more about the popularity of the dancer and enjoying your star and seeing your favorite star up there doing their thing, going out, having fun, improving each week, and going through it that way. What I'd actually like to see, though, is the judges' scores matter more.
I have an idea. I like to be solutions-oriented here or there, so I have an interesting idea here. I'll hear what you think about this. What would you say about a new twist? Let's call it the golden sequin, where, because there's sequins on everything on this show, right?
The golden sequin. Okay, we're going with you. We're going with you.
So how this would work is every week, for at least the first several weeks, the judges, they look at all the dancers, they see how everyone does, and they're like, you know what? We want to give you the golden sequin this week to ensure that you are immune and you don't go home no matter what happens.
I see what you're doing here. This is like the golden buzzer, except it's a sequin.
It's a sequin, and you don't have to give it right away. You can give it before the results are read, and it's a way for the judges to have a little bit more power.
To have a save.
Yeah, to have a save, and they can use it every week. If they want to use it on Allie every week, they could have used it on Allie every week.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure people would have called some shenanigans on that, but still.
And people called it this season too, because that's a lot of what was happening. They saved her 3 times, 4 times, a lot of times.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you could do that, and then also you could still do the results this way. But I also know that, I mean, this is if I'm going to be devil's advocate to you for a moment here.
No.
We gotta have conflict. It's part of what makes the videos go around, right?
How dare you?
Okay, well, I know there is this part of me, and it's not necessarily a part of me that I like, but it is a part of me that feels like it's good for Dancing with the Stars to occasionally become the gif of Elmo with the fire behind him, because it gets people talking when you have someone who goes home and doesn't deserve to go home. Like, I remember when Sabrina Bryan was eliminated, like, long before the finale, and she was obviously the best person. I think there is something to that, but your idea, I think it comes into play significantly on seasons where we have, and I'm not just trying to single out Sean Spicer, but I'm going to do it anyway, people like Sean Spicer, because I think when you have someone who is obviously worse than everyone else, stick around, even though the judges are giving them bad scores. That's where it really does feel like you were saying, the scores don't matter.
And that is, again, another thing about the scores. So we've got Allie, who's getting perfect 10s. She's in the bottom. We got Sean, who just wasn't a great dancer. He was having fun. He was enjoying himself. He was doing his very best, getting terrible scores and staying week after week and sending home people with really good scores. So again, the judges' scores have to matter, and not to the point where the judges are just picking who's going through every week either. I don't want it to be then the pendulum has swung the other way so far that now it's just the judges' scores and voters don't matter anymore. But the judges' scores need to matter more than they did this season. It was really frustrating.
I'm going to propose another idea, and I know it's kind of even contrarian to what you just said in a way, but I think, what about 1 week, a season on Dancing with the Stars, where they're like, and they announce it in advance so nobody's surprised, where they're like, guess what? Tonight, the viewers aren't voting. It's just the judges voting. This is Judge Week. One of you, the judges will rain down fire upon one of the people. And
I don't like that. Because then that is going to end up in a situation where whoever is the worst dancer is just automatically going to go home. So then the people who are fans of that person, they get screwed every time.
Oh, I know.
So absolutely, I think that is that's a no for me, Matt.
It's a bad idea. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just throwing things out there. But really, I think the truth of the matter is, and this is where I'm ultimately going here with a lot of this, don't cast politicians. Like, that is my big thing moving forward. Don't cast people, and I'm not just saying Republicans. Like, and I've said this before. I don't want to see Beto O'Rourke on Dancing with the Stars. I don't want to see, name any other person currently in the presidential race who ends up dropping out. Like, I don't want to see people on Dancing with the Stars who are going to be immediately divisive. And with that in mind, there's going to be people who vote for them just because it makes other people mad. And that's what a lot of the Sean Spicer support, including, things that I've seen online.
Things on our own YouTube. Yeah. We've seen people come and comment and say that they're not even watching the show. They're just voting for Sean. And to make people mad.
Yeah.
Guys, this is Dancing with the Stars. Yeah. Like, this is not in anything. Like, it's a fun, silly dancing show, like a Masked Singer, American Idol, something you're just watching to have a good time, watch some people dance, watch some people improve, watch some people suck.
Yeah.
It's was mind-boggling to me that was what was happening this season. So I absolutely agree. No politicians. I don't want to see Democrats. I don't want to see Republicans. I don't want to see anybody. I just don't want to see it. Give me celebrities and dancing
and celebrities
and dancing and fun. Just give me a show that I can escape into, where if you've been following our channel for a long time, you know that we do not talk about politics. We like to have some shows where we can just dive in and not think about that and not see it and just enjoy silly dances. So give us that moving into season 29, please. No politicians, just silliness.
Yeah, and let's extend this beyond just politicians too. Just don't put anyone on who's just known mostly for controversy in general, where going in that in casting this person, you're just going to have a lot of people really, really angry. It's like, that shouldn't be your response to somebody being cast in Dancing with the Stars. Like, I hate them for their beliefs. It's like, okay, let's have fun, people. But with that in mind, let's talk about some ideas for casting. Oh, I should say first, if Dancing with the Stars comes back, probably will. Not going to be in the spring. Idol's on in the spring.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a fall season once a year from here on out, unless they change it. But all right, let's get to casting what ifs here. I know, I've got some ideas,
I've got some ideas.
Okay, this is going to be fun. So how should we do this? Why don't you start with the name, and then I'll come back with the name.
Okay, my number one person that I would love to see on this show is Dave Foley. I love him. He's funny and just charming. I love Kids in the Hall. I just think he's so funny, and I love to see people that have that kind of personality on this show. They're going to make me smile, and I think he'd do a really good job, and I think he'd have a lot of fun with it, and that's who I would love to see. My number one is Dave Foley. So Dave, if you're listening to this video, because I'm sure you're not, please go on this show. Casting directors, call up Dave Foley. He would love to be on this show. Yeah. I'm talking for him now.
He's
my Kel.
He can be your Kel. My problem is I have some people, and I'll go through a couple of them, but I'll name one here, and then we'll bounce back to you.
That's
but
right.
I've said this before. I know Dirk Nowitzki would be terrible, but I just want him on the show. He can be like the slightly better LAMAR Odom. He's like 7 feet tall. He's not going to do very well, but he's going to be funny. He's goofy. He's maybe not the greatest basketball player of all time, but he's certainly the greatest basketball player to Dallas Mavericks fans worldwide. So, I mean, Dirk, you're retired. You can't play basketball anymore professionally. I'm sure you have other things going on, but just, come on. If Mark Cuban did it, so can you. You have to be better than Mark.
Okay, another person I'd really like to see is a beauty guru that I watch all the time on YouTube, and her name is Toddy Westbrook. I really like her. I don't know if she can dance, but there's just such... I know she can sing, and there's just a beautiful grace to her, and I think that if the way that she is when it comes to her beauty, and the way that she talks, and the way that she sings, that she would also be a beautiful dancer, and that's somebody that I would like to see. I feel that YouTubers in general, and I'm not talking about us, but YouTubers in general that are really big YouTubers like she is, don't always get a chance to be on mainstream TV. We're seeing it a little more now. We saw on The Masked Singer with Ninja, and he was there, and we have seen it on Dancing with the Stars, but it's really few and far between that we get to see something like that. So I would love to see her on the show. Give it a whirl.
I'm going to continue on my trend here of talking about people who are childhood idols in some ways. No, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of people who are higher up there on the list than Kel, but, you know, Keenan and Kel and all that represented a very specific part of my life. But then, moving into the next part of my life, a lot of it was, whose line is it anyway? Mm-hmm. And Wayne Brady, I'm pretty sure, is already on The Masked Singer. I will stand by that till the end of time. He will also do badly, but Ryan Stiles, come on, Dancing with the Stars. You were big, you were awkward, you will probably trip in the middle of a routine, but... I want to see somebody who masters at improv their way through a dance and see what happens.
I feel like most of our choices are comedians.
It's because we like to laugh.
We do, and I just think comedians in general because they have such a good sense of humor about themselves. And like we saw with Lauren this season, I know she's not a comedian, but she just was so goofy, and it was a lot of fun to watch that kind of goofiness on the show. That's why, someone like a Dave Foley, I would really like that. Or even another YouTuber like Jeffree Star. He's really goofy and funny. Like, I just love this show because it makes me smile. And while I love all the heartfelt stories that are on there, I just love those moments where people are just kind of goofing around.
Yeah. It's true. It is what makes the show really fun. Yeah. By and large. All right. Well, I have one more that's completely insane, but I don't know if you want to do insane anyone else.
It's more insane than Jeffree Star, who would probably never do this show because that guy's busier than anybody I could ever think of.
Oh, it's crazier than Jeffree
let's
Star.
Do it.
All right. I'm already down this rabbit hole. So the only other person I can think of who would be on the same threshold of childhood idol to me is Kel Mitchell.
It's all childhood idols. I wish my childhood idol could be on this show, but unfortunately he's passed away.
Well.
And that would be Billy Van. Oh, so anybody out there who's Canadian would know this show, which is hilarious. House of Frightenstein. It was a local show, and I grew up with that show, and it was my favorite show, but unfortunately he's passed away.
Yeah, and mine's terrible. Okay.
Yours is terrible. Just spit it out. They want to hear it, and now I need to hear it. Who is it?
Bill Watterson,
Oh
I know that you have not been seen in public, and I don't know. Well, you may be the most reclusive man I've ever heard of in my life. I am 125% sure you would never do this.
I thought we were picking people who could actually be on the show.
He could be on the show. He's alive. He's out there. Calvin and Hobbes was the most influential comic strip of my entire. It's still one of the greatest things of all time. Yes, I understand. I do not know anything about where Bill Watterson even is. Nobody does. But Bill, just think about it.
Oh my god.
I can be your consultant. I wouldn't be able to teach you how to dance, but I can convince you to do it. I know you don't have.
I can convince you to do it.
I know you
Is
don't.
that where you've gone?
I know you don't have any contact information whatsoever, so this is my only hope. I don't even know if you even watch YouTube, so. All right, with that in mind.
That's gone down. Okay, well then I want to see Mark Harmon on this show.
Okay.
That is where we are going now. If we're going to have Bill, we're going to have Mark. Mark,
grab your gear and get on the dance floor.
This is a different network. Grab your gear and get on the dance floor.
All right, now we have officially gone so far off the rails. I thought we were going to end better than the first video where I lost my mind, but...
No, instead we've lost our minds again.
It's all right. Let us know who you want on Dancing with the Stars. Your answer cannot be crazier than Bill Watterson, so let us know and give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store, and we'll see you here next time.